What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Go Runner Talks Tuesday. Today, we're going to talk about my training, a new podcast that I created. I hope you guys have been seeing that. Takeover Tuesday for the Houston Marathon, and a little bit more. Whatever questions you guys want to ask me. So let's go. All right, so hopefully you guys are hearing me correctly. I have bought myself a new setup over here. So this is basically for the podcasting that I've been doing, but we'll talk about that in a little bit later. First, we're going to talk about the question of the day, and that's going to be this right here. So, what has been your favorite marathon that you've run, and what's your dream marathon? So, for me, my favorite marathon that I have done is going to be the Houston Marathon. Has been my first marathon. I've loved it ever since I ran it the first time. Just remember going down the streets of Houston, showing people cheering me on, and seeing the president of the United States on the sidelines, giving you high fives, and it's a great marathon, and that's why I'm a Houston Marathon ambassador. And I love this race. You get to be covered before the race. They open up the George R. Brown Convention Center for everybody, so you could stay away from the elements. Tons of porta potties, and it's just my hometown race. So that's mainly why I really love that race. But as far as my dream marathon, I think right now the ones that I would want to do, my dream one actually just passed. I would have loved to have done the Paris marathon during the Olympics. That would have been great. But I do want to do, as far as the dream one that is attainable, because that one's gone. And I like to do probably like Japan. I think Japan, or one of the 6-star races, or whatever, how many stars there are. I want to do like Japan, or let's see, what's the other one? Tokyo. No, that's the same area. Uh Anyway, want to do one of those. So let me know in the comments, what are your dream races? What has been your favorite marathon that you've run? Maybe if it's close enough to me in the States, I'll travel there and do it with you this year. So talk about my training. My training has been pretty meek, pretty bad, pretty slow, pretty non-existent. I actually went back to the gym, so that's part of my training, but not part of my running training. But that goes into me starting something that I need to make, you know, set a commitment to do every day. So I went yesterday to the gym for the first time in a long time. I actually saw one of my friends there, Tyler, that I haven't seen in a while, and he saw me and he's like, "Jeremy, you're looking good, man. It looks like you're trimming down." And I was telling Anna inside, I was like, "Oh yeah, man, I've been working my weight. I've been I've been trying to trim down, but right now I'm trying to get some muscle." I told him that, and but actually inside my head, I'm like, "Oh yeah, thank you so much for telling me I trimmed down," because I've been excited. That's exciting to hear when people actually see that you've been, losing some weight. So I actually stepped on the scale today, and I was 239 pounds, so sub 240. So pretty proud of that. Let's go to the comments. Comments right now are Scott Lapointe. He says he's doing the Columbus has been his favorite. So I do have a friend. I think I told you this because you ran your ultra marathon. I do have a friend that lives in Ohio, so maybe I'll get to stay over at his place. He lives one of the smaller towns in Ohio. I forget, but maybe I'll do Columbus with you one day, Scott. When is that race? Scott Lapointe says Chicago is my dream. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people have gotten into that race, and it's not too far from you. I think that's like a two hour drive, maybe 2.5 hour drive with traffic. But you should definitely put your name in there and run Chicago one day. It's not too far. I haven't done Chicago. My brother's done it a few times, but I'd like to do that too. Chicago, I'd like to do any of the big ones. Chicago, New York would be fun too. Bruce Wayne's in the house. Yes, I am up early. I am up early because I'm going to be going to Houston today That's why I'm wearing my Houston Marathon shirt. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But I am up early, and I'm not gonna be able to get a Goku Runner Talks podcast or live later. Goku Runner Talks, yeah, yeah, live. So confusing. I have Goku Runner Talks live, Goku Runner Talks podcast, but all on brand. So, yep. So my training, not so much, but I just don't feel like I'm scared enough yet. Although the 100 miler is scary, and I feel like it's so far away. And I want to see. I don't know. I don't remember if I started my training from a 100 miler yet, like last year. And I think I did. So I'm probably behind on my training, especially since I'm coming from nothing to trying to run the 100 miler again. But I do feel like losing the weight down from 260 to 240, not 239, is going to help me out with my running too. So hopefully that does, and I'm happy that I'm be losing weight. So hopefully I'll get motivated again. But starting with the gym and then starting with consistent running. I'm gonna go out for a run today. Meet some running clubs. I've been taking a bigger role in my own running club, so that's been taken away from my running, and usually that's where I do a lot of my running, at least 2 times a week. And I have been not running. Anna is trying to get back to running too, so whenever we're together, I want to spend time with her. So if she wants to walk and slow down, I'll do that. She does tell me I should run anyway, but I still would rather spend time with her and chat it up and talk with her and just spend time with her. So I have not been running. I've been walking a lot, but I need to start running more. So that's my plan for these next couple of weeks. Get some more running videos for y'all, because I know you guys are probably tired of hearing me talking head videos on YouTube, but that's what it's going to be until I start running. So I'll be bringing out my selfie, sticks, my Insta 360, my GoPros. I have all that equipment. Need to start using it. So, uh, Bruce Wayne says the ice marathon is on my bucket list. Yeah, I think you talked to me about that last time. You said you wanted to do Antarctica over there. Uh, you know, I know my cousin went to Antarctica, but he is he's got cash flowing out of his nose. But um that's probably an expensive marathon for sure. But I did ask for a dream marathon, and that would be cool. I think that'd be cool too. I like adventures. I like to do adventures, going to different places. Uh, you know, Sometimes like the Grand Canyon that I did a long time ago. If you've never done Grand Canyon, rim to rim to rim, or just visit the Grand Canyon, it's it's an amazing experience. Just going down the Grand Canyon was an experience. I remember when we went down, or we went to go check it out before we did the Grand Canyon rim to rim to rim. I saw some people coming back up, right? And I'm like, man, they look so freaking tired. They must be so out of shape. But little did I know, the next day when I tried to go do it, uh, that was me. I was trying to go up. I was stopping every few steps because of the altitude, because of the altitude, and also the climb that we had to do. It was super tough. So yeah, but that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing. So Bruce Wayne also says, at least you're moving. Yeah, at least I am moving, getting getting movement in. I've been busy doing a lot of things over here for my races, and next year we're going to be super busy around this time, a bit pretty much from September until November. We're going to be having a race every other weekend. So race, 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 race. So I'll be busy then, and hopefully we'll bring some more races to this area too in Southeast Texas. But maybe people have been asking us to throw races in Austin, other races too. So the problem with races is you don't want to step on other race directors' toes. So we'll have to see if there's openings in other places if we could throw a race there. So anyway, next thing we'll talk about is my new podcast. So if you guys have seen my channel, I have a new podcast. It's Goku Runner Talks Podcast. Need to get that right, because I was calling it the Goku Runner Podcast, which is not right. It's Goku Runner Talks Podcast. And I had my first guest. It was, I forgot his name. My memory is shot nowadays, but he was basically a balloon person for the Houston Marathon. And the Houston Marathon committee actually asked me to, interview these people. And, I was like, how can I interview them on my channel? I might as well start my podcast that I've been talking about. So that was a great opportunity for me to start my podcast, and it was fun. I got my first guest in, a little bit nervous. He came in all formal, like he had a polo shirt with a Houston Marathon tag on there, and I think I was a little nervous for my first one. I was too formal for my first one, really. I wasn't too casual. So I like to have a more of a conversation, and hopefully moving forward for these podcasts, I can have them. And hey, if you guys want to be on the podcast, let me know. You can email me, thegocoroner@gmail.com, and I'll get you on, like the Batman, Bruce Wayne. If you want to be on the podcast, I'll get you on. Scott, I know you've done some ultra marathons, and you are trying to redeem yourself for a 100 mile or two. I think that'd be a great story to tell. So let me know if you guys want to be on the podcast. I'm looking for people to talk to. I want to talk to everybody, like your everyday runner, just like myself. Like, people like to say that I am a motivating to them or inspiration to them, but you yourself out there watching this podcast or in the comment section, you guys are motivational too. You just gotta tell your story, and you'll be surprised at what people will say. Um, Bruce Wayne, can your cousin lend me some of his money? I wish. My brother went on a trip with my cousin. Like, my cousin, he was telling my brother, he said, "Do you want to go to the the caves in Vietnam?" Uh, and my brother's like, "Sure, but uh, how's he gonna pay for that?" My cousin's like, "I will pay for everything, the flights. I will pay for your stay. I will pay for the tour guides to the caves." And these caves, I think there's I mean, if I'm wrong, don't kill me in the comments, but I think it's the San Dong caves in Vietnam, and more people have been to Mount Everest than have been to these caves, or to the top of Mount Everest than have been to these caves. So these caves, they only allow so many tourists over there, and you have to, like, qualify. You have to, like, show them that you're fit. You have to show them all this stuff. And my brother went on this epic trip with him to this cave, all expenses paid, to hang out with my cousin. And I'm telling you, he's an awesome guy. He's very generous, and my brother was lucky to go on that trip. I wish I could have gone. And then he was also talking about paying for a bunch of the cousins. Like, there's, like, I want to say 10 of us, to go on a trip um, to Kilimanjaro. He was going to pay for uh, 10 cousins to go on a trip to Kilimanjaro. But yeah, crazy. He's a very generous guy. I wish I had that money. One day I will strive to do that, but that's awesome of him, and he's very generous. And yeah, he probably won't lend you the money. You got to be related to him in order to enjoy these things. But so far, I haven't gone on any trips yet. Would love to go. It'd be awesome. Yeah. So yeah, I have my podcast. If you guys want to be on the podcast, let me know. Email me. Send me a message on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. You can find me everywhere. So yeah, the podcast, I'm looking forward to interview more people. I have another guest lined up. He was the youngest person to complete the Habanero 100 this past couple of weeks ago. And speaking of the Habanero 100, I know I have that video out to do. The problem is, I'm not happy with the beginning of the video. Like, I am trying to create something, and once I have the start of the video, pretty much done, then the rest of it goes pretty much fast. Like, the editing goes fast. But to start this video, I'm not happy with the footage that I got. I didn't get enough B-roll. So I'm going to have to take from older videos or older habanero videos, the footage that I got there, and try to make something out of that, because I'm just not happy with the habanero intro right now. I need to figure out how to do some voiceovers, make it a little bit more, just a little bit better, because the way it starts right now, it just jumps from, you know, introducing the race straight into the guys talking, and I'm trying to follow three runners, and it's always hard to document three different runners during a race and to tell their story, but I need to figure out a way to do that. And hopefully today, I'm gonna try to do some editing today over in Houston when I go. I'm gonna try to do that. So habanero 100 video. It's coming, but it's needs to work. I need to work on that intro in order for me to complete it. I'm related to him. We have common sisters. Okay. All right. I will let him know. I will let him know, Bruce Wayne. All right, today is Houston Marathon Takeover Tuesday, and yours truly, the Goku Runner, over on Instagram. I am in control of the Chevron Houston Marathon page. They gave me access to everything. I was going to delete like every follower they have and just follow myself, follow my running company, so they would have two people to follow me and Three Bros Running Company. But I thought better, and I was like, probably not the best idea to do that, but I do have control of the Chevron Houston Marathon Instagram page. And if you guys look to the stories today, it'll be me posting all the stories on the Chevron Houston Marathon page. I'm going to be going to Houston. My plan for this takeover is to do like a what's it called? Uh, like a visitor's perspective of going to Houston. So, the race is one thing, I'm sure, but this is a destination race for a lot of people who come to Houston and do the Houston Marathon. So I want to show you some of the food, show you some of the sites that Houston has to offer. There is a little like a tropical storm around the corner, so it might take away from that. But I also do want to go for a run with one of the many running groups over in Houston, Texas. So I'm gonna I'm gonna be taking over the Houston Marathon Instagram today. So make sure to follow that, and it's gonna be exciting. I don't know what I'm gonna post. I'm also gonna do a little vlog. I'm gonna take out this camera, and I'm going to show you the behind the scenes of a Houston Marathon takeover. So right after this, I'm heading over to Houston, have some fun, you know, and just have some fun on the Houston Marathon Instagram page. So that's going to be it for this little live over here. If you guys are out there, if you guys are still watching, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's start training. Let's start running. If you guys do want to run the Houston Marathon with me, if you guys sign up and want to do a sub 6, I think my goal for that race is 5:45 to 5:55. Come out and run with me. We're gonna have a group. We have a few people that are coming out to run with me. I know Rob is coming out. He's going to use me as his pacer. And if you guys want to get to the finish line in sub 6, get you the official time for that race, the Houston Marathon, sign up and you can run with me. It'll be a good, easy pace. We'll do like a walk run the whole way, and I'll get you to that finish line. And hopefully that will help me get to the 100-mile finish line as well and get my belt buckle for the Rocky Raccoon. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoy this Go Corona Talks live. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave me a comment down below. And that's it. There's my alarm. I guess that's it. Bye, guys.